twice. Boo. That card with boo. I thought it was funny. And you were the only person I said, you can show this to him, but you can't show it to him.
That's almost as good as the honey one.
That's good as the honey one, yeah.
Must have been a rough day in Gwinnett County last week.
Is that right?
Okay.
Oh, Brooks, you're getting chewed up.
David Bender. Do you want me to call David Bender?
You need 2 minutes. Oh, well, go ahead. I was going to go ahead. Then hurry up. There's one's leaving. Who you need to ask? Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay, we'll go. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. Thank for the members that are here. I know you've got probably other places to be. We'll get started with a prayer real quick. Lord, we do thank you for this day. Thank you for the, again, breath of life you gave us this morning. Lord, we ask you just give us a wisdom as we deliberate the people's business. Thank you for those that are elected representatives for the people of Georgia. I ask you just to lead, guide, direct us in all our undertakings. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, everybody that's here. Anybody visiting with us for the first time? That's a new visitee, not been here. Everybody familiar? Well, good to see you. We're going to try to make this pretty quick, I hope. I'm going to ask Sheila to give us an update. She talked to Mr. Cummins last week.
Yeah, he called, I think it was, what's today, Wednesday? 2 days ago, I believe.
That'll be Monday.
Thank you. Thank you, Howard. We had, previously when he had told you, gave you the update on Bill, Julie, his daughter, said that when she goes over to see him all the time, and she said when she felt that he could have a conversation, she would dial him, so she did. So I saw his name on the thing, and Julie said, somebody here needs to talk to you. And so he got on the phone, and he said, Sheila? And I went, uh-huh. He said, I love you. And I went, I love you too. And then he said that he missed everyone, and that he thought about everyone, that he wanted, when he got better, he was going to get somebody to drive him to the retirement committee so that he could take part in the retirement committee. And he only talked for a few minutes, but it was good to hear his voice. And I told him that we discussed him frequently, and that people that had been on the committee with him for years missed him, and that he was revered. And he said, well, I think Julie wants to talk to you now. I said, okay. So she said she'd call back the next time that she feels like he can carry on the conversation. But he sounded good. He was having a little trouble with his words, but he was good. It was good to talk to him.
Now, last year on his birthday, we did a resolution, I think, and read it in the well, or recognized him in the well for his birthday, I believe. But we'll get a card. His birthday's coming up in March, I believe, into this month of March, maybe.
Yeah, it seems to me that I'll have to look. I was thinking it was the same date as the speaker, but I'm not really sure. It's somewhere previous speaker, or previous.
Oh.
A long time ago. Speaker.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Well, let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers. We have something that's been proposed to the retirement committee that we haven't had very often. I can't think of this in maybe once in my 10 years down here, where we've actually had somebody come to us and say, hey, if y'all would like to have a dinner, I'll sponsor it for you. How about that?
I know.
Y'all ever know of that? Huh? What time and where? Let's don't look a gift horse in the mouth now. We've got 2 dates right now. Looks like they can't do Wednesday. They're talking Thursday, February the 23rd, or Tuesday, February the 28th. So if y'all could sort of look at calendars and get back. Dinner. It'd be an evening.
Evening, okay.
The evening dinner. Mm-hmm.
February the 23rd is GNBC.
Okay. Couldn't make it then. You can't do 23rd? You checking your BlackBerry? Checking your BlackBerry. Heritage dinner, 23rd. I'll check and see what I got on the calendar here, Mr. Linmore. Okay, that day's right for you. All right, well, we're looking at 28th then. 28th, going once, going twice. All right, we'll tell them 28th. And everybody be invited, and we'll get with the other members, and we'll find out where and when. Try to make it early. 'cause I know a lot of us like to get back in. Bedtime's about 8:30 or 9, right? If we're not have other activities going on, we got to do that. That's right, Brother Limbo. We got some other activities we got to take care of this year. That's right. Well, Limbo and I have some things we do up on the 12th floor occasionally. Sometimes it goes past 11, doesn't it?
Depends on who's winning.
Oh, now. Yeah, more information we need to know there. Huh? Yeah, we are on camera. Our legislative council has not showed up. I had one question for him, but we'll see. I can verify that in a little bit, maybe. We looked at House Bill 183 last week. We talked about that, and I'd like to get the feelings of the committee on that bill today. This is LC 21162S6. When I was talking to our legal eagle, Mr. Bundrick, about this, these lines 17 through 57 that he was striking out, and we mentioned this a little bit last week. This was stuff that was going back in some olden days when the members of the General Assembly, I think, were going between the legislative retirement system and the ERS retirement system. There was some movement back and forth in there, and according to Mr. Bundrick, this was unneeded language right now. Now, questions arisen about some of the folks that were here prior to, and I don't know. I think the oldest member of the legislature now is probably, it's not you, Mr. Coleman. Almost. It's not you, Tyrone, is it? You're Yates. Well, no, I'm talking about been serving the longest. I'm sorry, the longest service. Yeah, since 75 or so.
Yeah, he was elected in 74. He's been serving for 75.
Okay.
38 years.
Here's my friend that can. But I still think everybody that we're talking about in this language here is in the legislative retirement system, and whatever time they had might have been moved over. Mr. Bundrick, you're here at a fortuitous time. I love that word, fortuitous. We're talking about House Bill 183 and the languages on this bill from line 17 through 57 that was stricken on that bill. I believe you told me that was stuff that was no longer applied to any legislators, even though we've got legislators that some of them been here since 75. Do you need to see that language here?
I talked to the council about that, and it's possible that there's somebody out there who's still theoretically could use it. As I told her, repealing it wouldn't take away the right, still have the right to do that, but it might be better to go ahead and unstrike that.
Okay. All right, we can do that then. I appreciate them bringing that to my attention. That I knew there was people that had been here since 75. I believe this was allowing people that at one time they were moving between ERS and LRS, and different times there was some different movement between systems before we actually got LRS established properly.
Yes, sir. And the committee could adopt that as substitute action and go through it.
Okay, just unstrike line 17 through 57 if that would be the mind of the committee on going forward. Or just delete that whole section, not even mention it in the bill, then. Yeah, it wouldn't have to be mentioned. But that's not what we're affecting in the change here. What we're affecting in changes is basically allowing, on page 4, lines 108, this is this section that says each person who first becomes a member of the General Assembly on or after July 1st, 2012, can elect to become a member within 2 months, and then terms of office are going to be deemed to be consecutive terms of office. Now, this is the section's also going to let them sign up every 2 years on election. Is that correct?
Yes, they can sign up every 2 years, but if they have elected once, they
Right.
have to sign up.
But it's not going to,
Can accept it.
okay, it's not going to prohibit them from having that irrevocable provision now that once you come in, if you don't sign up, you can't in the future sign up.
So if you don't sign up, then you don't get the prior credit. That's the one time thing I believe.
Well, now, in line 129 through 133, it's talking about the prior credit. A member of the General Assembly serving on July the 1st, 2012, who is not a member, may make an election to become a member. This is for people that are members now, correct?
Yes, that was the one time.
And they can purchase back credible service for previous times in office if they want to.
Yes, if they don't do it now, that's the irrevocable.
Right. They got to make application, they got to pay the full cost, and then go through as we normally do over here to obtain their membership. So what I was referring to was the section on line 108 through 113. That's the portion that would allow them to, after July the 1st of 2012, they can elect to become a member, and then within 2 months. But does this spell out clearly enough in here that each election cycle, is this the one that you were going to change for me to make it a little clearer?
Yes, sir. Any member of this retirement system who is elected to a consecutive term of office shall deem to have continued membership service from time to time. That was intended to take away the requirement to sign up. You have to sign up for 2 years before you're elected.
Okay, from term to term.
What about people that are already members of the retirement system?
This is not going to affect anybody that's a current member. We're doing two things in this bill. What I'm attempting to do is two things in this bill if we've got it like I want it here. We're opening up a window for anybody that's got previous service or that is a member of the General Assembly now to go in and apply for membership in the legislative retirement, or if they've had previous membership, to go in and buy that time back. That's in the 129 forward section. And then currently, when you're elected to the General Assembly, you have to sign up the first year you're elected into the legislative retirement system, and then if you don't, you're out. You can't get into the retirement system. Sir? That's what I'm trying to do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that was the question, sir, is, I'm assuming lines 108 through 111 is where it tells us we can sign up every 2 years if we don't. Do you know if that's clear?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is there a way we need to word that to make it clear to everybody, because I don't want to go through this discussion and rules and everywhere else if this is not clear enough. That's what the intent is, that if you don't sign up when you first come in, if you've got some thing you just don't think you're going to need it, but when you're elected the second term or the third term, you say, hey, I decided I want an LRS. I want that availability, because we are basically rehired every 2 years. How can we word that? If a member has not signed up when they're originally elected, and for a subsequent term, they will have the opportunity to sign up. Apologize, we didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with this after our meeting last week. Okay. Huh?
Say, within 2 months of taking the oath of office for each term. Within 2 months of taking the oath of office, the member of the Assembly for each term. That's what each graph is here.
Whatever you will continue.
Any member of this retirement system who is elected to a consecutive term of office shall deem to have a continuous membership from term to term. All we're trying to clarify is that each time you're elected, you have the opportunity to sign up. Is that right, Representative Wilkerson?
That was after office, after elected membership in this retirement.
within 2 months of taking office and who elected membership in,
The last sentence, any member of this retirement system who is elected to a consecutive term of office and who has elected membership in this retirement system shall be deemed to have continued service. That was kind of clarified. You don't have to decide on every.
okay, all right, that's taking care of that portion then.
Any member, first one, again becomes a member. They elect at the beginning of each term of office to become a member. So we say each person who first again becomes a member of the General Assembly of Nebraska July 1st, 2012 may elect at the beginning of each term of office to become a member of the Georgia Legislative Retirement System. Any member of this retirement system who is elected to a consecutive term of office and who has elected membership in this term shall be deemed to have continued term to term.
Okay.
So that clarifies.
And they don't have to sign up every 2 years. Once you're in, that's it. You don't have to come back and sign up. It just only opens it up for those that elected not to. When they're re-elected, they can come in and sign up within 2 months.
While we're looking at it, you want that election whenever it might be made, is irrelevant. You can't opt in or opt out. In other words,
Oh, Lord, yeah.
membership, membership.
Once you're in,
you can't get out.
And once you're in, you're in.
I will put, they make it irrelevant decision to become a member.
Well, that was my first choice. I had that originally in the bill. When you could become a member, just like all the other retirement systems, that's what I was trying to do. But then we had some issues come up with that some people have philosophical issues. Some people are retired from 2 or 3 retirements. They don't want to put money in, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of got some feedback from some folks on making it a mandatory thing for if you're down here serving the people. So then the thought came up about, well, we're elected, we are hired every 2 years, so every 2 years on our hire date, we'll give you the option of coming in. But has nothing to do with your vesting. You still got to have the 8 years. We're not going to allow you to go back after this one-time window to go back and buy in the time on that. Yes, sir.
I know we keep saying every 2 years, but just like the lady took off today, in the middle of the session.
Well, she has the option of coming in. Okay. Well, each person who first becomes a member, when she becomes a member of the General Assembly, she's got that option. She would serve. She'll have to be elected again in November, and she'll have to be rehired again in November.
She's like a rehire, so the wording were like a newly hired person, regardless of when they're hired, they have 2 months to become hired.
Yeah, and that's there. Each person who first becomes a member of the General Assembly, we don't have that every 2 years.
We'll have 2 years.
Yeah, we'll have another. Yeah, and right. Yeah. Yeah, she will not have, if she signs up, that lady that came in today, if she signs up and then she's reelected in November of this year and so comes back again for a regular full 2-year term, she's still in the office and she's still in it. That, Mr. Vice Chair.
I'm probably reading this wrong, and I usually do. On line 29, it says a member of General Assembly serving who is not a member of any public retirement system created by this title. Is the title that we're looking at creating just the legislative retirement? Because there's some of us that belong to other public retirement systems, and I'm wondering, by that wording, is that going to be a problem?
Suppose someone's in teacher retirement and they run for legislature. So just cut the check.
Yeah. Yeah, Brooks, Gerald, Tommy. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're good. Yeah, cut to the chase here. Who else is retired educators?
I just don't want there to be in the word,
Yeah,
wording there.
you don't want to lose your teacher's retirement. In other
Well, I
words.
don't.
We don't want to lose the other either.
It is not a member of any public retirement system. To me, that's saying that if you are a member of public retirement system, you can't join this.
You couldn't join it, is that right? That's what it said today. However, we grandfathered everybody existing in, but it
No, we're not going to keep retired educators from joining. That's a good catch, though, Mr. Vice Chair.
Does that make sense to you, David?
I've changed that to say that not an active member of any other public retirement system, or would you simply leave that out altogether?
I think we need to.
That doesn't matter to me how we do that, but I just felt like that we needed to take that out because you've got people that have retired from one thing that were in public service and have decided they want to do more public service, and this would, if I'm reading that right, that you wouldn't be able to join this retirement system.
If we strike who is not a member of any public retirement system created by this title, and just say any member of the General Assembly serving on July the 1st, 2012 may make an irrevocable election to become a member of this retirement system. That's basically what we're wanting to get to. Would that, David, that won't hurt anything striking that out, would it? Jim, you got a comment on that? Okay. Active means paying into, not drawing out. All right. Well, but we got some that are teaching, though. We got,
And we have some now.
that's true.
Penalized and not getting any of it because they're down here, so they lose that both ways.
Thank you, Ms. Chair.
Yeah, we've got two members. I know two members in the House that are actually teachers. I know one of them is in a public school that is actually paying into the teachers' retirement system while they're down here.
Just strike those words, who is not a member.
What do you think, Mr. Eazell, Mr. Fowood?
Sounds like your intent is you don't want them to be public retirement system. Particularly active on that. Depending on what their status is, some people have a leave of absence, some have a leave of absence.
Most of them do when they come down here. But if we strike this out, I don't think the intent.
It's anything worded where, as far as the active is concerned, if they're not currently a member of another retirement plan.
But they are, I think.
Well, I mean, just saying if they couldn't elect LRS if they were a.
Well, why not, though? Why couldn't they elect LRS?
Well, the only circumstance would, and then this is policy decision on your part, is do you want an individual to be earning retirement credit in two separate systems for the same period of time? But that's just.
Well, if they're working there, I mean, I hope that I'm earning a little retirement credit where I work, and I know a few of us are still, well, four of us, five of us may be working.
And if that's what y'all want to, do, then
Ms. Buckner?
Well, at the end, if you work as a teacher and you work as a state employee, and you never blended your retirement together, wouldn't you get two retirement checks?
Right.
At the same time, I understand.
This thing gets real complicated, and I just want to try to present it if I may. Let's just take John. John is working as a teacher. He's serving down here. The school system gives him a leave of absence for 4 months when he comes down. He's not drawing any pay, but John is continuing to pay into his teacher retirement because he wants to get credit for that year. And he's down here signed up, and he's working. He's not drawing a salary from the school system, but he's working down here, and he's in this retirement system, paying into this retirement system. Now, you're saying if this bill goes through, you're saying that John could not be a member of the legislature because he's still working for the teacher retirement because he's still a teacher. And we have several that way. We have those several.
well, your scenario, they have to still be considered an employee.
They're still drawing a check.
And they are. They are.
For them to.
And they are.
Which I would think they would still be receiving their salary.
They would,
Considered to be an
they would still receive their salary less that 4 months.
Less than 4 months.
Correct.
They done not-
I mean, it would be prorated out.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
prorated.
Yes.
I have a question. Are we trying to just bring in those people that have not made the election already and bring them into the plan?
If they want to,
So
give them
we're
up.
not really concerned about them being into plans. The whole point of this section is just if you're not in there now, you got a chance to get in.
Part of that.
That's all I'm trying to do is give them an option if they want in. There's about a dozen folks or so that are not in, and this, while we're doing this, give them an option to come in.
We're gonna have some unintentional consequences if they're not careful with this work.
Yes, Dave?
Yeah, this, make an analogy, with the LRS and the Peace Officer Community Benefit Fund. Neither of them are retirement systems that anybody can retire out. I think anybody can live with y'all's LRS.
Yeah, this is a little supplement.
Same with the POADF, and there are law enforcement officers who are members of the employees retirement system and also the POADF because of their position. They get both of them, so it wouldn't really be a new precedent to say this is a supplemental retirement system that should belong to another one. No problem.
Well, it is. I mean, if we hear what was what the gentleman said the other day, he was here 25 years, Mr. Royal, and he got $800 a month or so. So you're not going to get rich at it. If I leave this year, I'll get $360 a month. So that ain't a lot. So if we just strike that, if we just strike that line there, who is not, if we just says any member of the General Assembly serving on July the 1st may make an irrevocable election, that's really not going to harm what we're trying to do. We can say House of Representatives in here. We can remember the House. I don't have a problem with that, probably. All right, if everybody's happy, why don't we just strike that? Because you're right, this is a supplemental plan. It's not something, and we do not want to penalize our good friends in the education system.
They sure haven't been paid enough for teaching. That's true.
Oh, Lord, don't start now.
I'm sitting too close to
Neither
the
have
chairman.
the state employees.
What?
What? We're gonna vote on this.
Yeah. Is there any other questions? The two things I'm trying to do is what we're trying to do with this is every 2 years give us the option of coming in if somebody's not a member. Those that are here now, give them the option of joining for the end of the year. That's basically what I'm trying to do with this bill, and buy back time if they want to. Are we happy? Can you read our changes, Mr. Bundrick, that we've made here?
Starting line 108, each person who first or again becomes a member of the General Assembly or after July 1st, 2012, may make an irrevocable election at the beginning of each term of office to become a member of the Board Legislative Retirement System in 2 months after taking office. Any member of this retirement system who is elected to a simple term of office and who has elected membership in the retirement system shall be deemed to have continued membership from term to term and need not reapply each term.
Like that?
Wait
Thank
till
you.
we get to the-
We got one more reading here.
And then on line 129, a member of the General Assembly serving on July 1st, 2012 may make a irrevocable election to become a member of this retirement system and may obtain credit of service for prior service as a member of the General Assembly as provided in this code section.
All right, and then this tells what they must do on the other side over here. Section 4 is just some general stuff about the using this term public employer and all that, and I think that's language that's consistent in other. All right. And we're going to unstrike the lines 17 through 57. Oh, just going to delete that whole section, not make any reference to it, because we don't need to. It'll still be in code if we don't do anything with it. Okay? Do you have another question? Y'all serious over here? Okay, God, where y'all beating me up?
We got a motion.
Mr. Limore, you got a motion on that?
Second.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate us drafting legislation. All in favor, they don't say an aye. Any opposed, like sign, sir? As amended. Passed as amended. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anybody want to see equalization?
Looks like it's been rough on you, Brooks.
I tell you, the lady told me to try another cheek, and I did.
Good.
Good job. You got it. You got that thing right.
Thank y'all. Hey, members of the committee, thank y'all. Appreciate your help, everybody.
And when are we having our dinner?
28.
28.
Where